Kia ora and welcome to part 6 of Weaponization of Spirituality and the Occult. Technology, the digital domain. Apologies for taking so long to get this final video out. I've run into all sorts of issues with trying to get this out, and in the process of waiting, there's been so much more development as well. What I had decided to do is, instead of trying to reinvent the wheel, it's been done really well by others, and I'm going to show you slides on highly recommended documentaries and other information that you can go directly to through the links below. Highly recommend them. What I'm seeing is truth. It is all that I've put in here are all the messages that I'm wanting to convey to people who may not be aware. Trigger warning, some of this information you may have to deal with in parts, but just know that we're all here at this time for a reason. It's not over yet, but it certainly is moving very quickly. Technology is coming to a head. The apex is transhumanism. It is deleting the soul of the human. So let's go through and start this part. Peace be with you. Let's begin. So in here, this video, this documentary that's been made covers everything that I've been wanting to communicate through the final video of my series, Weaponization of Spirituality and the Occult through Technology. Basically, this covers everything very, very well, in depth, and it is absolutely what I'm seeing for the future if people do not pay attention and stand up for humanity. Transhumanism is the biggest threat, the apex of where spirituality is going, and it is most definitely is being weaponized. Now, parts of this documentary may be quite frightening for people, so there is a trigger warning there, but what you need to understand is that it's not designed to scare you, it's designed to inform you. For you, your future, your children's future, their children's future, etc. That's why we're all here now. And one of the big messages that I've had tried to give to people is that there is a lot in the spiritual community of just dumbing people down, complacency, you know, just create another humanity. Well, once you watch this, you will see that if people think that running off into the bush and having another community of all love and light and self-sovereignty, if you think that these people are going to let you do that, you're mistaken. Okay, it does need to happen, and it does need to be put together, the new earth, the new way, yes, all of that, but it will not happen if this is allowed to continue. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you some highly recommended videos, films and documentaries to watch if you are interested in what is coming and is here. Peace be with you. The next documentary that I want to share with you is Out of Shadows 2020, and you can watch it for free on this channel here, Truth Central TV. The link will also be below for you to watch. Now, this is about a stuntman in Hollywood who was quite high up, well known, worked with all the top actors for his stunt work.
Why do you believe what you
and until he had an accident, and
at some point in your life,
within that accident was really the beginning of his awakening. And so in his awakening, he's done this documentary where he really outlines the psychological MK Ultra experiments called psychic driving, imprints and implanting from media, movies, programming, the CIA involvement in Hollywood, the Hollywood occult that goes on, It's really, really interesting on how we've all been manipulated right from the get-go of television, Disney, and how we continue to be. So it's been proven that movies have been used as a psychological warfare weapon. And this is Mike Smith that you can see here. He's had quite the journey, very interesting, and highly recommend this. Now, when they talk about MK Ultra, it's important to acknowledge that the US government is now doing a full MK Ultra hearing, looking at the CIA's involvement in what they've done in their experiments to people and how they've been doing it. So I find that that's quite interesting as well. So, you know, everything's a conspiracy until it's not, and then it's truth. So this is one of the movies that documentaries, that I'd also highly recommend for Weaponization of Spirituality and the Occult within this series. And as I said, the link will be below. Moving on. Okay, in this slide, I want to go over just some of the technology that's happening at the moment in real time. And it's really, really worth knowing that what we're seeing is what we're being allowed to see. It's much more evolved than what we're looking at on the screen. Now, this particular website that I'm on, it's digitalbrainproject.org, and again, the links will be there. It's Rothschild Foundation Hospital, and it's a digital brain project. So if we scroll down here, we can see that it's capturing human brain reasons, plans, and decides in complex tasks remains largely unknown. Basically, this model is tracking your neural activations, pathways, how we make decisions, and basically it'll be reading your mind. Neuroscience, digital model of the human brain, collecting data sets, cognitive and reasoning benchmarks. So they're replicating how the brain functions and works. So complex games, digital brain, cognitive benchworks, reasoning. Yeah, I mean, it's as simple as that in simple terms. Okay, come down here. And the Rothschild Foundation Hospital, if you know, you know. Okay, and these are the people that are involved with it. Now, they're saying that this is to improve neuroscience, help medicine, and guide AI, and I'm sure that that is true in some instances. I think when you combine all of those things, it can also be used for transhumanism. Okay. Then we go to this website. It's Meta. Yep, that's right. Same as Facebook, Meta. And a non-invasive real-time decoder to translate brain activity into sentences. This is how they're going to be reading and are reading your mind. So, you know, there was a movie, Minority Report, precogs. Anyway, it may sound like really out there, and, you know, if you've watched Out of Shadows, you'll understand why, but this tells you how they're reading the mind with AI. Okay. As I said, the link will be down below. Without surgery. And now we come to this page here, still Meta. This is information on the AI glasses that you can wear. There was a picture here, but I can't seem to get it up of what the glasses look like. Just like normal reading glasses, sunglasses. And this Muse tells you what it's capable of, super intelligence. So these are all different types of AI models that they can use within some of their products, and these are the different what would you call them, programs within the sunglasses, the glasses. And what's interesting here is we've got humanity's last exam, text reasoning. Isn't that interesting to be using that term? Okay, so the glasses can do abstract reasoning, puzzles, multidisciplinary reasoning, cognitive coding. They can look at health. Okay, humanity's last exam. That's probably not a true word spoken. So they're working on superintelligence through. Now remember, if this is glasses that you can put on and they can do that, then it's already embedded in robotics. And this is merging between human and technology, transhumanism. This tells you it's capable of. So here it'll look at, if you're watching someone doing yoga, it's going to give you all this information on what they're doing, how their body's moving, corrections that need to be made. If you're looking in the fridge of these glasses, this is what it's going to show you, the nutrition rating, all right, all of that. Now if you're eating badly, that data is going to go somewhere and you might be punished for it. How to work a machine. If you're looking at this and you've asked for instructions, this is what it's going to do. This is all you're going to be able to see this in your glasses. And this is the sort of stuff that they want to embed in people. Okay, games, strategy. This is all what is already out there and is being used. And this is like old technology, really. Sudoku. Yeah. Okay, get the picture. Scaling. Observation training. Yeah. Humanity's last exam with tools. Okay, bioweapons refusal. That is the bioweapon. Okay then, right, so you can look that up at ai.meta.com. And then we come over here to another. This is also, I believe, connected to Meta, and this is it's replicating biology, DNA basically, proteins for laboratory of evolutionary design, trial and error of screening thousands of candidates until something worked. Okay, so it's making protons, capturing DNA, replicating DNA, and these are the lovely people that are doing it. And they're just telling you some of the issues that they've run into. The current ecosystem of biological AI tools is also not designed for integrated design campaigns. I don't know if that's actually true or whether they just don't know that yet. Okay. So you get the picture of where that's at. Now, if we go to here, Midjourney started out as an AI design platform. You know, a lot of it was free, come in with all your ideas and everything. Well, oddly enough, it's gone from graphics, design, into, what we say, health, Midjourney medical. Okay, so now what they've done is they've built a spa, and you can come to the spa and you can walk into this here and be lowered down into this liquid, and it's going to read your body and everything about you, your DNA, quite possibly even replicate you. So this is what's happening. Okay, this is what they've designed and what they're wanting people to try out. As I say, they're selling it as a spa. It'll pick up on any disease, anything cellular that's wrong with you. It'll take a blueprint of everything. I mean, you know, who doesn't want that? So, yeah, this is where it's heading at. And, you know, I look at this and I see the matrix, quite honestly. It's the liquid that gives it away, isn't it? The plasma, the hydrogels. There's a pad, right? So it's a little bit slow on streaming, apologies. But you stand on that pad with all those sensors, and that is what lowers you down into the liquid. Personally, I find this a bit creepy. Scanner ready, okay? Now remember, this is what they're showing us. It's far more advanced than this. And in fact, they've already got it as a biometric scanner in some airports in China, I believe, where they can scan your DNA and find out, yeah, if you're ill, if you're vaccinated, not vaccinated, whatever, chipped. This is real. This isn't a movie, even though they're making it look like a movie. This is what they're doing. And it started out as apparently an AI design website. Then you come back up and it's read all your body. Looks pretty painless, simple, doesn't it? Okay, this is where this is at. Scan complete. Can they clone you from that? I don't know. Can they, did you just get a whole lot of hydrocell nanotechnology in your body? I don't know. Okay, so it goes from a spa to medical, right? Health, spa, medical. All right, so the scanner, shallow pool of golden light. Ooh, sounds so harmless. Okay, your body passes through a ring of underwater sensors, acting like a dolphin using echolocation. The sensors send ultrasonic sound waves through your body from every angle. With enough waves and enough angles, we form an image of what's happening inside your body. It takes no more than 60 seconds. This is the type of image, every part of your body. Look at that. So, okay, and then it goes from, you know, spa, health, medical to research lab. You're actually going to be a guinea pig. So they're really looking for people to experiment with. Okay, moving on. New spark. Oh yes, we went there, didn't we? Humanities last exam. Okay, so I just wanted to share all of those with you, and just as a side note, I see that CERN has just recently been shut down, which is interesting. There's a lot of talk about CERN actually being a portal to other dimensions, so I think that's quite interesting that that's been shut down. However, okay, so that is this slide. I'm going to end it here, and I'll see you in the next one, the next slide. So where do we go from here? Frequency. When you look at transhumanism, electricity, the electrical wiring, Wi-Fi, it's all been interfered with at a very high level consistently. And if you've watched the recommended documentaries, you'll see that we're constantly being bombarded biologically and technically. So keeping your frequency high, it's a skill, it's a learned skill to look at this information and be aware. I think it's healthy to feel a little bit of fear, but you don't stay in it, you don't dwell in it, and most of all, you don't give up. So it's about having your own energetic frequency shield, and there's plenty of people out there that will help you with that. Again, just make sure you're getting it from the right source, and you'll know that by how it feels, the authenticity of what's coming through. So the Global Institute, Healing Institute, they've done a video. I'm not sure if you can still access it, but you might be able to, and there's lots of free courses on the transhumanism solutions, and basically it goes into some really high-tech research. So, there's two sides to the whole AI thing. I recognize that, and I know it's not all bad. A lot of it can be used for good, but we need to be aware of where it's going at the moment and who's actually in control at the moment. So this is about getting technology out of your body consistently, looking after your health. Your biology is key. Guarding it, looking after it, nurturing it, so that you don't have to depend on the current health system or are at the mercy of any nanotechnology. So I do highly recommend Dr. Group, and oh goodness, I've forgotten this lady's name, but she's got her own website, Maria Chrysler. There we go. Yes. And she does a lot of the research along with Dr. Group, and yeah, really informative, very interesting. He's got some really good information there on detoxing. Now the other person would be David Avocado Wolf. He's got some really good podcasts, information as well on, yes, being self-sustainable, absolutely. Having different options so that people don't have to live in the current matrix, if you want to use that word. I know that a lot of us still do to a point, but it's about thinking about your future and your direction of where you're going, and also being quite active with what's happening. And that's the basis of this whole video series, is to educate people who might not know or are feeling a bit hopeless about everything that's going on. And I just want to say that, yeah, I know it's a lot of information. It's a lot of information to take in. It is can be quite overwhelming and scary, and I think if we use that as a platform for transformation and moving forward, then obviously that gives us a really good chance. I think that the future is unwritten. There's different timelines, and you'll hear this a lot, that different people will be on different timelines. And yes, I think that will be true to a point. But when you look at who's in control and what's been happening for centuries, how did we get here? This is where we're at now, and it is going to require acknowledgement of what's happening and action alongside building the new way and new earth. So I'm going to end this series here. It's been a lot of hard work just to get the really simple basic stuff out, and it's probably a combination of myself, life, and who knows what else. And I hope that you've gotten something out of anything that I've posted on here. This is the last video that I'll do in the series, and going forward I will post different videos on different things moving forward. If you'd like more information about myself or a clairvoyant reading with me, you can go to my website, Sonia.BarrettNZ.com, and contact me there. I am doing international readings. If you're in New Zealand, then there's also the opportunity for in-person. So I'm wishing you all the best. Peace be with you. Bye for now.